Welcome to the First Focal Plane Reviews, the Isotunes Sport Advanced Wireless Hearing Protection Bluetooth Earbuds. It's a mouthful, and I've got a lot to say about these earbuds, so let's get to it. First of all, they come in this fantastic little case. It's semi-hard, almost like a cardboard sort of thing. It gives them some pretty decent protection. Zipper's good. Comes with micro USB charging cable, a series of earbuds, silicone earbuds in different sizes of foam tip earbuds, and the earbuds themselves. The earbuds have a magnetic clip, so when you're wearing them around your neck, you don't have to worry about them coming off. I'm going to put them on for the duration of the review. You can see how easily they fit in. I just kind of put them in, hook them around the ear, hold the middle button for 5 seconds. They power on. And I'm going to wear them while we're doing the review here. So, Isotunes is an American company that seems to be primarily trading in noise-canceling hearing protection for industrial, construction, and other industries where noise is a daily occurrence, and hearing protection is a must. For the Pew lifestyle, they have the sport line of products that include over-the-ear as well as in-ear wireless earbuds. At a first glance, the earbuds look great. The green and black, great idea. How did they know that gun people like green, especially, forest green, OD green sort of stuff? So, yeah, they look pretty good. They advertise a 26 decibel hearing reduction, a 10-hour battery life, built-in speaker volume, maximum output of 85 decibels, and an 8 times amplification of natural sounds through the microphone. That's a lot. There's a lot there to deconstruct from the claims, so I'm going to look at them one at a time. Let's talk about the most important feature, the noise protection. First, I have to mention that I don't have the equipment to confirm exact decibel ratings or reductions or anything of the sort. I don't really understand the whole decibel thing to begin with. So we're kind of like doing this like a blind airline pilot. I'm going to do it all by the feels. I can tell you that with the power off, the advanced earbuds easily cancel as much noise, or at least as much perceived noise by me, as the Walker Razor over-the-ear earmuffs that I was using before, and probably a little bit more. The Walker earmuffs claim a 23 decibel noise reduction. The Advanced claims a 26 decibel noise reduction. Now, I've read all the internet experts claim that earbuds don't protect as well from hearing loss compared to earmuffs due to inner ear vibrations, but I've got some pretty serious questions about those claims, such as if damaging sound vibrations are traveling through your head, how would protection just over your ear holes make a difference? Wouldn't the sound vibrate through the front, back, or top of your skull still? And then there's the question of if your cheek is lifting off of the comb and is lifting the muffs off of your head when your cheek is on the comb and breaking the seal around your ear anyway, then aren't earbuds still the better option in any case? I also wonder why these experts only seem to care to alert the masses about electronic earbuds, but they never seem to care about traditional foam or silicone earbuds that aren't electronic. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. But from a user standpoint, I am easily as comfortable wearing the advanced earbuds as I ever have been wearing over-the-ear earmuffs. I've sat next to, as in right beside, a 33XC rifle with an obnoxious integrated muzzle brake doing its best howitzer impression that kicked dirt right into my lap, all while wearing the advanced earbuds, and I had no more problems than I would with any other earmuffs. By the way, I don't really recommend sitting next to large guns just to test hearing protection unless you're trying to loosen the fillings in your mouth. But the good news is that even if you are sketched out by earbuds, over-the-ear muffs still fit perfectly over the advanced earbuds, and they seal perfectly. And they'll give you just about the best double protection that you can think of. And even if your earmuffs aren't also electronic, the 8 times sound amplification you get from the advanced earbuds is actually not terrible underneath earmuffs without any electronic additions. I do want to talk about the 2 noise ratings that they have. The first is the 26 decibel noise reduction, and the other is the 85 decibel sound cutoff technology. And I'm no expert on the subject, but here's how it breaks down as I understand it. The 26 decibel rating is a mechanical noise reduction. It refers to the noise rating of simply wearing the earbuds, fitted properly using the foam tips. The 85, I say that because the silicone tips don't have a noise decibel rating. The 85 decibel technology refers to software in the earbuds that prevents any sound picked up by the microphones playing through the speaker louder than 85 decibels. I take this to mean that the mechanical noise reduction is that if the mechanical noise reduction is greater than the 85 decibels that the speakers will play, then you'll hear a sound at a maximum of 85 decibels through the speakers of the earbuds. But if the noise is loud enough that the mechanical reduction results in a noise that is greater than 85 decibels, you'll still hear the natural sound greater than the 85 decibels that the speakers are playing, albeit still reduced, hopefully, to a reasonably safe rating. Now, most people are familiar with the noise cutoff microphones like my Walker earmuffs are, where if there's a noise detected above the cutoff of, say, 85 decibels or whatever it is for your brand, it cuts out the speakers entirely. Rather than cutting off the speakers entirely, the Isotunes Advance Earbuds detect and compress that sound down to 85 decibels within 2 milliseconds and then plays the sound through the speakers at that maximum 85 decibels. This means several things. Firstly, you can carry on a conversation at a busy range. With most electronic hearing pro, at a busy range, your earmuffs are constantly cutting out so often that you may as well not even have electronic gear. Secondly, when a gun fires, it does not sound like you expect from typical hearing protection. Because your speakers don't cut out entirely, you still hear the shot, and you hear it at one of two decibel ratings, either through the speakers at 85 decibels, or the natural sound, albeit reduced, if it's greater than 85 decibels. So, is that bad? Well, a lot of sources seem to say that the sustained 85 decibels or louder can damage your hearing. A gunshot generally isn't sustained, but lots of gunshots certainly can be. As best I can figure it, different calibers of gun register at the 140 to 165 decibel range according to various different sources, but this seems to be all at the muzzle, not necessarily at the shooter's ear. My inaccurate tests of putting my phone with a decibel meter app on the bench directly below my face while I was shooting didn't register anything higher than 105 decibels with a SIG Cross 308 and a really obnoxious muzzle brake. If that's even remotely accurate to what my ears are being exposed to, 105 decibels plus this 26 decibel reduction that you get with the phone tips, then I don't think I have anything to worry about. Regardless, everyone should make their own decisions for what's safe for them. Next is the battery. And I can say that the 10 hours of battery life claim is 100% real. The day after I received these earbuds, I went on a road trip. I wore them in the car. Yes, I know the links we go to reviewing products. And I got a full 6 hours of Bluetooth connected hearing enhancement on day one. And 5 hours on the trip back the next day without any charging in between. Even a full day on the range teaching rifle shooting didn't kill my earbuds, and unlike the ear muffs, I didn't feel like I needed to take them in and out or take them on and off all day. I just left them in the whole time. If I'm most impressed by one thing, it's that they have clearly underrated the battery life in these earbuds because 10 hours is an absolute cakewalk. The charging port is a little bit of a letdown. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take these off. And you can see the charging port here. It's a rubber piece that fits over top of the micro USB port for charging. And you see, I have to fold it back approximately this far before the cable isn't going to interfere with it anymore. And that bends it back pretty far. Now, right now it seems to go back in, and there's a bit of an overmold on the rubber that kind of makes it clip back into place. Let me just put these back on here. So the fact that they seal back over, I think, is largely why you get that IP67 water resistant rating that they have. But the rubber sits so tightly up against the port that you feel like you might tear it off in order to fit the cable in. And while it's charging, it does seem like a real stress point on that rubber as the cable forces it to bend at such a far angle. I've seen other reviews on other Isotunes products where the reviewers' rubber stoppers actually bent up and wouldn't fit back into the port. And I could see the same thing happening with these Advance if I'm not careful. The swivel or there's a lot other designs with other types of products that I think would probably be a little bit better. But besides that, charging is easy. On a 5-volt, half-amp USB 2 port, I get a full charge within a couple of hours. That's just like plugging the cable directly into your laptop charging port. If you have USB 3, it wouldn't even take that long. I get a full charge in less than an hour with a 2-amp charging block plugged into the USB port directly into an outlet. And that's more than acceptable, especially, you're done for the day. Like, why can't you charge them for an hour afterwards? It's not an issue. I've already talked about the 8 times sound amplification, and this is a bit of a dichotomous feature. On one hand, it's pretty cool to be able to enhance your hearing by 8 times. On the other hand, although the microphone and the earbud software do a decent job of reducing louder than 85 decibel sounds and continuous loud sounds, they don't do a good job of discriminating between sounds. And sound amplification can end up sounding very busy and hard to discern the sounds that you want to hear. If your environment is continuously loud sounds in any case, you can end up with a weird continuous clicking as the sound attenuation seems to be resetting every couple of milliseconds. Wind often causes this clicking experience, although I still think that a couple of clicks that are relatively muted and not necessarily very loud are way better than having them cut off completely all the time like you do with typical earmuffs or electronic earmuffs. I suspect this is a limitation of the current technology at this price point. I've tried other brands of electronic earbuds recently as well, and they do practically the same thing. So it's not isolated just to the Isotunes. My final note on the sound amplification is that pretty much exclusively I use these buds on 1 times amplification. I tried them on 8 times while hunting, thinking it would be really great to hear a squirrel fart at 100 meters. But truthfully, it broke the peace of the great outdoors, and ultimately I took them off and spent most of my hunting trip without them in. If anyone does wear hearing protection already when hunting, I can confidently say that you'll love the advanced earbuds, but for me in the future, I'll probably still just go au naturel. The controls are easy to use and intuitive. I know I just took these off. I'm going to take them off again so you can see them. You've got all your buttons on the one side. The other side, I suspect, is probably just, computer chips and battery or all battery or something like that. But the buttons here are great. They're very tactile. You've got your volume increase here, your volume decrease here. You can feel the plus and the minus when you're running your finger over them. You got your multi button here. This is power on, power off, answer a call, hang up a call, hold it for 3 seconds, and you can use it with Siri or with Google Assistant, whatever you want. It's quite a functional little button. And then on the side is where you get your ambient noise amplification. This increases it up to 8 times. This reduces it down to 1 times. When you're on 1X, if you press this button, it cuts it out altogether. You can still get all the Bluetooth, but it completely cuts out the ambient attenuation, which I thought was a great feature. And there we go. In terms of comfortability, I can honestly say that they are very comfortable. I use the Green Core small foam earbuds, and I can wear them all day without any issue whatsoever. Having a well-fitting earplug size, I found that I can just press the foam plugs into my ears, give them a little bit of a rotation so that they fit properly, wrap that around my ears, just like I would like a normal earbud, and they fit well and they seal well in my ears. Other brands I've tried, I can't do that, and I have to kind of roll them and compress them up to make them fit. Isotunes does recommend rolling and compressing the earbuds before insertion like other brands do, but I found it to be unnecessary for me, and this is all I need, and they protect pretty well. You should probably follow the instructions, though. If you don't do it on my say-so. The real downside to the advanced foam tips is that they're disposable. Other brands I've seen seem not to be, and the Isotunes foam tips are noticeably different than those other brands that I've used. Isotunes recommends replacing the foam tips every 1 to 3 months depending on use. They sell packs of replacement foam tips like these. At the time of this recording, they're about $19.99 on their Canadian website, and they come with 5 replacement foam tips. It's kind of a bummer. But for how much easier they are to insert and how well they fit, I think it's a pretty good trade-off. You can see the foam tip here. It's just, typical what you would expect. That's the color coding. I know that the light green are mine. And I suspect that I'm getting more than 3 months per pair of foam tips. I've had these for almost a year. I'm on my second set of foam tips right now. I'll probably get another month or so out of them before moving on to the third, which means that I'm spending less than $10 a year for maintenance, replacing these foam tips. And that's not half bad for me. These earbuds, aside from being hearing protection on the range, are incredible for everyday use. Whether you use the foam tips or the triple flange silicone tips that don't have a noise rating reduction, they have all the features that a person needs for everyday wear. They pair well with your Bluetooth devices. They work reliably with my phone. The sound quality is more than adequate for listening to music or podcasts. And as I mentioned already, the battery is an all-day battery. All day.
This is great.
As far as using them as a hands-free phone, I have to mention that although the Advance have sound mitigation software that cuts out background noise, they work like most other Bluetooth earbuds that I've tried with a dedicated microphone that isn't close to your actual mouth. That is to say that they do a good job, they don't do a good job in environments with other voices or say with background music and that sort of thing. It'll be hard for the person that you're talking to be able to discern you from the other background noises. If you want a good example of how these earbuds can work in a quiet environment or in a continuous noise environment, I saw a really good sound test done on the Simple Little Life YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description below so that you guys can check it out. He was testing the Isotunes Pro, which are made for the construction world rather than the shooting world. But what he demonstrates on his review tracks pretty well with what I've experienced. And I suspect that they're relatively the same guts in both products anyways. Ultimately, I'd say that they work great as a hands-free phone if you're already wearing them when someone calls you, but I might not try to use them as a dedicated hands-free phone. At the end of it all, the Isotunes Sport Advance Earbuds have been a great addition to my gear bag and even my EDEC, that's everyday electronics carry. It's easy to look past the disposable foam tips and the wonky charging port plug when you don't have to worry about uncomfortable hearing pro, chintzy battery life, or adequate hearing protection while you're at the range. The ambient noise plays naturally in your ears, gives you good directional awareness, and ultimately creates a very natural range experience so far as hearing goes. If you can forget that you're wearing Hearing Pro, that seems like the ultimate hearing protection experience to me. Are these earbuds better than earmuffs? In my opinion, yes. I haven't used my walkers since getting the Isotunes at all, except for, to test the doubling up earmuffs and earbuds. Other than that, not once have I tried using them since I picked these up. If you're going to pick one or the other, I would probably choose the advanced earbuds all day. All day.
I can do this all day.
The only time I'll ever wear earmuffs again is if I want to double up my Hearing Pro. And in nearly a year of shooting with these, that hasn't happened yet. Thanks for watching my review for the Isotunes Sport Advance Earbuds. Make sure to like and subscribe to our stuff because YouTube algorithm is way too woke for our content. Until next time, hasta lasagna. Don't get any on ya.